Yep.
So, just your general thoughts on starting your first college football game.
Really exciting. It was just a thrill to get out there and see 10 guys in front of me who wanted to win just as much as I did. And I got in that huddle, so let's go have some fun today. And looks back with a smile, and I knew we were ready to go. I think still got a lot of things we can improve upon, especially mental errors, some movement errors we made. But I think as long as we keep the fight in us, keep going into the fourth quarter, we're gonna start winning some ball games.
Did you feel at all rattled when you were starting? I mean, it didn't look like it from our perspective, but was there any nerves or anything going into
A little
it?
nervous walking onto the field for the first time, but once the game got going, I was ready to go. I was excited to play. I was excited for the opportunity. Didn't let the stage get too much of me, and I knew I had my teammates, and my teammates had my back, so that was the most important thing. I just went out there ready to go.
Did you know that if you kept performing well, you would kind of be the one to stay on the field? And how did that feel, knowing that going into the fourth quarter you were still there?
I was just going with whatever Coach Petrino wanted me to do. If he wanted to switch us out, he was ready for that. But he kept me in, and I was ready for it. And I think, most importantly, I just stayed with him. He kept encouraging me and helping me on the field. As long as I just tried to keep my poise as much as I could and see what was going on, I think that was the most important thing.
You completed your first 7 passes, I think, had that first touchdown drive. How much did that help the nerves and kind of moving forward from that point, and then after the lightning delay too?
Helped it a lot. I think it helped me get to a rhythm. I think lightning delay kind of stopped the momentum a little bit, but I think just completing those first 7 passes, knowing okay we can move the ball, was a good feeling for me, and being able to go up and down the field, especially against a good defense like Louisiana Monroe, was good. And I know our offense is capable of big things this year, especially with that first drive.
Was it kind of nice to have a good balance of running and passing, and Jarrell doing what he did, and even Elijah too? Was that kind of nice to see?
It was good to see because it takes a lot of pressure off the passing game, especially when you have running backs who can get 4 or 5 yards a pop. And I think as long as they keep running hard and they keep doing all their assignments and getting in there with the mentality that they can get north and south every time, it's going to help our offense tremendously.
I think you were sacked 4 times in the first half. How hard was that to go through? It did seem like the offensive line kind of picked it up in the second half. I don't think you were sacked at all in that half, but what was that like going through the 4 in the first?
Just getting hit. It's been 2 years since I've gotten hit, so that was, I'm not going to say it's a good thing, but it was nice to just to finally get in a game-like situation. I think offensively we can clean up the sacks. I think second half we settled down. So they threw a couple exotic looks at us that we needed to adjust to. But, we made the adjustments and did a lot better in the second half.
And then the penalties seemed to kill you guys late. How hard is that? I think there was the holding call after you completed a pass to Dion. How hard is that to see when you guys really did have a chance to go and kick a field goal or at least score a touchdown?
It's hard, but you can't let. At the end of the day, you can't put the game in the ref's hands. I think we know that. It's a lesson we learned. We're still a young team, and we're going to figure that out. Whether it was a good call or not, you just got to go with what happens, and you got to adjust on the fly. That's what football's all about. You just got to keep moving and move forward like that.
And can you talk about the relationship with Josh and his first game as a wide receiver, your first game starting it as a college quarterback, just kind of the bond you guys had on Saturday?
We have a great relationship on and off the field. I think getting to work with Josh all spring, all summer, and fall camp has been great. He understands the receiver position so naturally that it doesn't even matter whether this is his first year or not. He just understands what to do. He's a natural athlete, and I think you saw that Saturday. I have a great relationship with him from working with him. He's a great guy. It's one of those friendships it's going to last beyond football, and I think that's what's important for us right now. But as long as our on-field chemistry is good, I think that's going to help us in the long run.
Is there any reason why do you think you guys click maybe better than you do with another receiver? Or?
I have great relationships with all of them. I have a good relationship with him, but I also have a great relationship with Richard and Dion and Trent and Jacob and all those other receivers that come in. I think most importantly is to keep that relationship close with the whole group, and that's what's going to keep us going moving forward.
Coach has talked a lot about getting a home win streak started with the new season in our conference now. Your first game in front of these home fans, how important is it for you to come out and have a good performance here?
I think it's really important for us because this is our home and we got to defend it as much as we can. We want teams to fear coming here. This needs to be a place where people don't like to come and that they're going to get all we got from the Vandals. So I think especially this Saturday is an important game for us.
Have you talked to your dad about what it was like to play when he was a quarterback here and then
I did. He said it's a little bit different with the AstroTurf and the rug burns and whatnot. But he said not a lot's changed about the Kibbie Dome turf. And just to enjoy the experience, it's a unique atmosphere, and I think that's what makes it so special being here. And I've always liked the Kibbie Dome. I've always thought it was a great place to play.
Was he able to watch you on Saturday?
He was. He got to watch on the internet. Thanks to the lightning delay, he got to watch most of the game. So, but he was proud of me. He said, let's keep working, and I'm happy he's adapted to more of a father role than a coach. He still helps him with things, but I think he's more concerned about supporting.
Did he call you after the game, before the game,
He,
during the lightning delay?
He called me before the game, told me to enjoy it, and then after the game, called me to tell me he was proud of me and stuff like that. It's always good to hear, but it's good to hear that your dad has been watching and all that. And I've been really thankful to have him as a father my whole life. So to hear that from him was really special.
Being a coach's kid, do you think that helps you, stay calm and collected and poised on the field? Because you've been around the game more and you kind of know what to expect, maybe.
I've seen a lot of players my whole life. I know that. That's just been around the game from his college days at Louisville. He was with Coach Petrino and all them. He was there. I've got to see all the best play, and that's really helped me. Just because that's how I've learned, is just watching the greats play and have them do well. And I think that's helped me a lot.
I think there was a point during fall camp when you said you weren't necessarily worried so much about the quarterback competition as much as doing what was best for the offense. Do you think that really kind of showed on Saturday, and you kind of did what you do and let the rest take care of itself?
I hope it did. I think right now taking care of the offense is the most important thing we can do. It's a team sport for a reason. 11 guys have to be on the same page. I think there was a lot of times where there were that. I mean, there's still some mental mistakes, including myself, where I have to do better. So I think as long as we keep improving moving forward, watching tape, and being more poised as the game goes on, I think